Great customer experiences will always be about people connecting, creating memorable, magic moments. Transcending time, place, device. The ability to reach out and connect, to solve problems, build relationships, and get on with life. But what do we really know about the future? How do we move faster, adapt, and embrace new ways of interacting? What does it look like? And how does it impact your business and your customers? Get ready and come with us on a fantastic journey as we explore the future of experience innovation. Now,
please welcome to the stage Talkdesk founder and CEO, Tiago Paiva.
Hello, everyone. This is so good to be here. I see so many familiar faces, and this is our third year, and we've grown and grown and grown. And like every single year, we save some time to talk a little bit about Talkdesk. And what we want to talk about is the products we are launching, what we are trying to do in the industry, and about the Talkdesk business, where we are doing and why you can trust us. So let's start with that. Let's start with the Talkdesk business. So this year has been an incredible year for us. Frost & Sullivan said that we are the fastest growing contact center in the space, in the industry, more than twice the speed of everyone else. And we've been growing faster and faster. 2017, we doubled 2016, and the same in 2018. And we can only do that because of our customers. We have thousands of customers, customers like Canon, IBM, Cycom, Peloton, Trivago, all over the place. Actually, we have customers in more than 60 countries. And we have incredible stories. Like English First, they use Talkdesk in the Middle East to teach English to millions of students. Or EF, that uses Talkdesk in South Africa. Or OpenTable, that uses Talkdesk to provide support all across the globe to their millions of users. So there's many, many stories, and every single industry you can imagine. Financial services, healthcare, retail, e-commerce, we have stories for every single industry. And all of these customers together allowed us to get to 1.5 billion interactions last year, more than 10x the year before. An interaction is when one of our customers talks or texts or chats with one of their customers. And the reason we do this is we really need to keep up with all of these customers. And you see some of the functionality we've launched over the last year, and this is what allows us to move fast and to grow fast, because our customers demand from us. That's the number one thing. Our customers really demand from us. And you're going to hear about a few of them very shortly. Actually, they demand so much from us that we've been able to deliver more than 500 new features on the Talkdesk product just this year. Almost doubling from the year before and doubling from the year before. And a lot of this functionality, or most of this functionality, is actually coming from you. There's more than 300 customers in this audience. There's a lot of customers, a lot of prospects, a lot of people that care about customers. And that's what we are all about. We care about customers as well. And that's why we see all this functionality being released. Actually, I want to talk about one specific customer, To You. For the ones that don't know To You, they do online education. They work with the best universities in America. And they have millions of students. And they use Talkdesk every single day with more than 1,000 users. And I'm not going to tell the story, but I'd like to call Brad Adams to come to the stage and tell the story of To You, and now they use Talkdesk and all the innovation we deliver for them. And a lot of the things we do is to customers like To You, so you can hear yourself. So Brad.
Good morning, Opentalk. It's great to be here with you all. I'm also really excited about this topic because, I'm a typical operator, so usually I get to talk about sexy things like efficiency and metrics. Here I get to talk about relationships. And when in an increasingly digital world, your customers are hiding from you. They're avoiding conversations with you. We have to work harder to actually make those connections with them. So when we actually get them, it's much more critical to the overall service experience that we make the most out of it and build relationships, not transactions. Through that lens, I'd like to use this to sort of help explain the relationship and the partnership between 2U and Talkdesk and our over 1,000 users. I'm going to start to try to make this personal. I'd like to introduce you all to Yvonne. She's remarkable. She's one of our students and now a graduate of one of our partner programs, and not atypical. She traded her life as a high-powered investment banking exec because she wanted to change the world. Have you ever felt that way? I want to do something different with my life, I want to change the world. How many people actually do it? She left her well-paying career, took huge risk, started an organization in New York City called STEM Kids NYC, really giving back to the community, helping inner city kids develop STEM skills so that they can advance more in their careers and their learning. She's a role model in every way. And as she was looking to say, I've got all this business experience, I'd like to learn a little bit more about education. I'd like to get a degree. She shopped around, she looked for all the local programs, and she found that the University of Southern California had a Master of Arts in Teaching that was specifically tuned to high-needs schools and multicultural education. That really resonated with her. She felt the passion. She's in New York, Los Angeles, 2,700 miles away. That's really what we help empower. So she was able to study, work with the great faculty at the University of Southern California. We arranged student teaching experiences for her locally in Brooklyn at a school that was in walking distance from her home. And that's sort of, I'm going to go a little bit more into like what our company does, and I'll come back to Yvonne, but you understand just the power of somebody really trying to change the world, and it's our job to help them on their path. So 2U partners with the world's top universities, and what we do is really try to help them create digital extensions of themselves so that they can reach broader geographies, they can reach broader populations. And this is our partner grid. You might recognize a few of the names. So we've, Harvard, Berkeley, Oxford. Those names, like when you hear them, they're hallowed brands. So when it comes to us and a service experience associated with supporting those brands, the bar is very high. Ivy-covered walls, everything that you're accustomed to with the world's top education. So we bring white glove service to higher education, which was a little radical at the time when we first proposed it, and a little harder to get some of your university partners on board with it at times. We're in the business of transforming lives for the better. Students in our 2U online-powered programs tend to be about 5 years older than their on-campus counterparts. Why is that? It's because no longer you don't have to quit your job, make sacrifices in your life, relocate across the country to study at a top-tier program of your choice. You can do it from home. You can do it within your life. And now, let's talk about Yvonne, what was going on in her life when she made this very critical decision. And you can't make this stuff up. She had just dealt with the loss of her mother, had just passed away, had a successful battle with breast cancer, went through a divorce, relocated from Ohio to Brooklyn. A lot of things going on. So the great thing about what we do is we bring the university to you. The only downside is we bring the university to you. It's amidst all the turmoil of your life. You haven't really cleared the decks and done everything that you can. 90% of our students are working full-time, and this really sort of sets the stage of who we are and what we do. and why the relationships between us as a university and our students really matter. So how do we do this? We provide we call it a technology bundle, that it's really a comprehensive bundle of tech-enabled services. Our CTO would say we're a technology company. I say we're a services company enabled by technology. We have a little ribbing back and forth. But it's really driven by what we call the 2UOS, our proprietary operating system. And now Talkdesk is part of that proprietary operating system. In fact, a very core element where we actually are really linking to the actual conversations that we have with students. By design, 2UOS, like Talkdesk, runs in the background. People don't celebrate it. It works really well when it works well. They're not dialing in and saying, oh my God, you're using Talkdesk, isn't that great? But they know how it feels and they know the experience that it drives. And that's really where we're seeing this as core to our overall service proposition and really the outcomes that it's driving in our Net Promoter Scores across all of our programs. So we talked a little bit about what's in the background. Now I'd like to talk about what's in the foreground. The very heart of our relationship with our students is a student success advisor. Very similar to what many of you have in your organizations. These are the folks who, because you can't walk across the street to the registrar's office to change your registration, you need somebody who can give you information about the program, the school, navigating everything. But you also need much more than that. Because when we talked about Yvonne, think of the things that she's dealing with. She got into University of Southern California. She's very qualified academically. But what do you think she struggled with? She had a lot going on in her lives. So when you think of the conversations that we're having, these are not transactional conversations. This is, how do I fit this into my life? How do I prepare for this test when I'm dealing with things at work or things on the home front or health issues? These are real conversations that really form the very, very foundation of our relationships. Did want to throw a little bit of metrics in. I couldn't help myself. A little bit of context. We have 1,000 Talkdesk users in 4 countries, 7 locations. And we had our admissions and sales teams on it first. We just recently finally got the best team, the support team, onto it. And just in the last 3 months, we've generated lots of calls, improved talk time. We've actually seen a 12% increase in contact rate. So I'm talking about what really matters to me. So there's 20,000 coaching conversations. These are intimate conversations between a student success advisor whose job it is to help a student fulfill their vision of advancing their career, changing the world like Yvonne. And the fact that these substantive calls were empowered by Talkdesk was pretty remarkable. Was an added benefit, 34% staff satisfaction. We heard in the opening session really the importance of, we need to value our employees more. I look like a hero because we came from a legacy system, and snowstorm days or days people wanted to telecommute, they had to take their big phone, their headset, pack it up. They could only work from an Ethernet cable at home. Now they've got flexibility. They're unleashed. We actually have people that are donating their time because it's actually better for them to connect to their working students 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night from home. And they can do so. They can patch in with their home phone, log in, use their cell phone. It's given us flexibility, efficiency, and probably most importantly, improved connections and contact frequency. One manager said, because of Talkdesk, I'm a manager of a happy team. So again, having a happy manager, a happy team is pretty incredible. So great technology, like great operating systems, it's often taken for granted. Works really well when it works well. You get frustrated when it doesn't. But it's core to providing great service. It has to be there and really be something that is outstanding. I've used Yvonne as sort of an example, and there were two things I wanted to highlight. One, the picture that I showed was we had our annual company meeting, and she was one of our speakers. We always have students come so we can actually let people feel the magic, firsthand. And Yvonne, from stage, we had over 2,000 people, similar to this event. She called out Reginald, who was her student success advisor, said that he single-handedly was the reason for her success and that she was able to complete the program. Like, really powerful, moving stuff. Her direct quote was, "It felt like I was the only person Reginald was working for during my time in the program." I think the intimacy of that, over the phone, from a distance, 3,000 miles away from your school, all having this type of impact. So in closing, I would, and this ties into some of the themes that we heard earlier in the day, is like, I would like to challenge you all to find the Reginalds in your organization. What are you going to do to empower them, to help them drive these types of relationships so that your customers, the Yvonnes of the world, are able to fulfill their dreams? Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. This is just an amazing story. So last night, we were here practicing. Of course, everything is a little last minute, right? So it was 10 p.m. We had 5 minutes. And Brad told the story. And I think the handful of people that were in this room, I think everyone shed a tear, because this is really impressive what 2U is doing and how much they care. And we are so happy on the Talkdesk side to be able to help them deliver that. We do a very little piece, but we believe we are part of it. Another thing that we are trying to do differently this year is we are trying to involve our customers a lot more. So I'm trying to talk a lot less and have our customers talk a lot more for us. So we're going to have 3 customers on stage during this keynote, and we're going to have 7 product launches. And one of the main reasons we do this, one of the main reasons we put so much effort in this conference is really to put all of these customers together for them to learn about us. You'll be able to talk with them outside. They'll be running around, walking around the conference, and they're going to have a badge. So you can talk with them and ask anything you want about Talkdesk. And one thing we've been very lucky of is we've grown very fast in a very short period of time. Just 4 years ago, we were 10 people in the company. Now we are almost 500. We have people all over the world right now. And one thing these customers always ask us is, Tiago, we are growing and you need to grow with us. And we've always tried to do things in a very, very nimble way. And that's how always we've done Talkdesk. So, but this time we figured out, okay, maybe we need a little bit more resources. So last month, we've announced that we raised a little bit of money that will allow us to grow the team and be able to deliver the product that our customers ask. And what our customers ask is really, really one thing. Give us the best enterprise platform you can. Build a platform that's reliable, that's scalable, that's secure, and it has all the functionality I need now, but also the functionality that I need in the future. Because all of these companies, like you've seen with 2U and you'll see with the ones coming after, they evolve, they change. They move from 50 users to 1,000 users in a year. So we need to grow with them. And one thing that's one of the main pillars on being an enterprise platform is security. And that's what I want to talk a little bit about this. So as we started going into more financial institutions, companies that have a lot of critical information about the customer, this became one of the main issues. But now, we have more than 20 certifications. Certifications like PCI compliance, ISOs, everything you need for financial industries, HIPAA for healthcare. So any kind of industry can use Talkdesk right now. And we are so committed to this that we actually have a plan in the next 12 months to more than double this number of certifications. So no matter what type of industry you are, we'll cover you. And not only in the US, we also have certifications specific for the UK, specifics for all the countries that we do business in right now. So that's one thing about the enterprise platform. The second thing is scale, right? And this is one of the things that are critical, because if the system doesn't work, nothing else matters. Doesn't matter if you launch 500 features or 1,000 features. If the system doesn't work, nothing else matters. And this has been one of the key things we've done since day one. And we are cloud-born, so we were born in the cloud. Everything we've done is in the cloud. So we've built these 9 servers across the globe, the last one being China, where we have these servers that work with each other to make sure everything just works. And we are the only company in the space, in the industry, that provides call quality guarantee to every single customer in more than the 60 countries we support. So it doesn't matter if you are in China or in Japan or in the United States, anywhere in the world, if we don't deliver, if we don't give you the call quality you need for your customers, we'll pay you back. And we can sign an SLA saying that. And we've done that, and we do that, and we commit to that. Another thing we do is, the way Talkdesk is built, we can very easily go to other locations. So we have 9 servers now. If we want to add the 10th server or 11th server, we can also do it. So no matter where your needs are, we can go with you and pretty much cover the entire globe. And one thing our customers keep asking us is, again, you need to be up. Talkdesk needs to work all the time. The contact center industry needs to work, because if the phones don't work, you lose a lot of money. Not only the money, but then you have unhappy customers. So it's just this snowball that if things don't work, then nothing else works. So we've decided that we've put all this effort in a platform. We've been working on this platform for many years. We've launched a new platform with a lot of upgrades last year that we called the Enterprise Contact Center Platform. This was 14 months ago. And now we thought, what can we give to our customers that make them trust us? And this is something that's real. Like, how can they trust us, or at least know that we care and will invest the money where you care? So today we are announcing something this is really a first in the industry. You've never heard this before, and it's almost a first in the cloud world. I think there's probably a handful of companies that do this in the cloud at this scale. So for every single customer, for every single enterprise customer we have now, and there's no shenanigans, there's no questions asked here, we will provide you 100% SLA. I mean, And what this really means is that we care, and if things go down, if things don't work, we'll be responsible for it, and hopefully this is a sign that we will be responsible for it. Again, we are not perfect. We strive to be perfect, and we try to be perfect, but we are not perfect. But we'll always be there, and again, there's no shenanigans, there's no exclusions on this SLA. We'll just provide it to you and deliver to you if we mess up. So this is one thing, and I want to go back to talk about customers now. I want to talk about a specific customer that many of you have heard, probably most of you have used, and if you haven't, you should. It's just an amazing company. Like, working with Peloton has been one of the best things. Like, we were so lucky to be able to work with Peloton since they were a small company. And they started working with us when they were just starting. They are a 6-7-year-old company. They are as old as Talkdesk, but they've grown like crazy. Hundreds of users, different locations, different products, and it's just amazing. Actually, if you don't know what Peloton is, let me play a quick video to show you what Peloton is.
I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. Hey, bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack.
Maybe I'm a Division I athlete, or a father of 2. Maybe I run marathons, or a startup, or nothing at all. Maybe what I do doesn't matter. Maybe all that matters is what I do next. Peloton.
And like I said, we want more customers on stage. So to talk more about Peloton and how they innovate and everything they are doing, which is really just amazing, I want to call Zach on stage to talk a little bit about it. So please, Zach.
Hello, everyone. How are you today? Wow, that was meager. Let's try that again. We just had a pumped up Peloton video. How's everybody doing today? There we go. That's much better. Listen, I'm here to talk to you about a couple things today. The start point is really innovation and how Peloton is thinking about that for our members, because we put members first at everything that we do. And then I want to dig into it a little bit, and I want to specifically talk about the part of the business that's close to me, which is support, and how we're thinking about support and innovation. So for those of you who don't know the question, what is Peloton? Peloton's a company that is trying to leverage technology to change how we all think about fitness and to bring that into people's lives in every way possible. Now, I have people ask me all the time, what is Peloton? I see that and I don't get it. And so they say, we've done a better job. Obviously, more and more people know who Peloton is. And they say, you're the bikes, right? You're the bike company? Well, actually, bikes was our starting product, but now we have our treadmill. And the treadmill isn't even a treadmill. It's a total body workout. It's an entire boot camp experience, on and off, and full body fitness. And we also recently launched digital, which means we can put the power of Peloton in anybody's hands at any time they want it, anywhere that they want it. So this thing that works about Peloton is always on. That's great, though. People still come back and say, I don't get it. I can see they're struggling with it, especially people who haven't had a ride or who aren't members. And they say, we've heard so much about it. What is it that makes Peloton different? I mean, I go to my club and I get on the bike and I watch the little dots go around the thing and I watch the little countdown and I do my best to zone out and watch CNN or whatever I watch on the TV. Why is Peloton different? Why are you guys over 90 on your NPS? What is it that makes people love their Peloton? And I've been searching for a way to answer that question. And I think the way that I would get there is I would just tell a story, my own story from the not too distant past, which is I had one of those days. I prefer to work out in the morning if I can because it kind of gets it done and lets everything else happen in the day that needs to happen. And that didn't happen on this particular day. And I got busy and I got behind and things were happening at work and at home and all this stuff. And honestly, I didn't want to exercise. I didn't want to do it. Maybe you've all been there. You are just not looking forward to that thing that you need to do. But somehow I made myself go get on the bike and go get a ride. And I have 3 favorite instructors, and I use them for different moods and motivations, and we have a suite of amazing world-class instructors, and I have these few that just know how to get me to ride. And I got on there, and the next thing I thought was, you know what, I'm mailing this one in. I'm just going to kind of mindlessly pedal. I'm going to go back to the inside of the hotel gym or whatever that I do and just mindlessly kind of get this workout done. And the next thing I know, 30 minutes has passed, and I am dripping in sweat, and I am out of breath, and I set my latest personal record on the day that I didn't want to exercise, on the day that I didn't want to do this. And I have never, very rarely anyway, have I been so simultaneously happy and pissed off at the same time. And I tried to figure it out, like this is the moment where I can try to understand what is Peloton. And let's start through what happened there. Why did I get on the bike that day? Maybe it was because I was trying to keep my streak alive. Honestly, that was me. I'm competitive. I wanted to keep my streak alive, right? Maybe it's because there was a new class with my favorite instructor that was going to get me there. Maybe I was riding with some friends. Whoever it is, there's some reason that keeps me engaged. And so Peloton's using technology from multiple aspects to innovate ways to keep people engaged. And then you get on the ride and you say, who's going to stop me from mailing this one in? Kind of mindlessly pedaling and getting through it. Well, that instructor's going to stop me. That engagement with my workout, and in the middle of it when I'm struggling on the latest hill that I'm doing and somebody high-fives me because there's 10 or 15 people on the ride with me. Oh, and then never mind that competitiveness on our leaderboard where I'm trying to keep up with those other people. Or in my case, I see where I was at on my last ride and I'm trying to get just one more bit of output beyond that last ride that I did. So when you think about what is Peloton, the answer to that question is it's an experience. Yes, it's technology. Yes, it's great hardware. Yes, it's great community. Yes, it's all that. And it all comes together so that we have members who stay engaged, who want to use it. So when we think about all of these different features that come together in an innovative way to make members stay engaged, then the question is that I think about as a leader of member support, how do we support our members this way? What is it that great support looks like in our business and in our world? And the first thing I think about is if I know that it's an experience, then when I'm supporting a member, I have to keep them in the experience. So let's pretend we have a rider who is in the middle of their ride and something's not working the way that they need it to, or something can be used, a feature can be used better and enhanced for them. Why would I ask them to get out of their ride, get off their bike, go over to their phone or their desktop, and look up an article and find 15 steps that they're now going to go back over to their bike and put those on and call that help, call that self-help? Why would I do that? That feels like a lot of friction to me, and it feels like a whole lot of the member saying, you took me from the thing that I love. You took that away from me and you put me in something else. So we're thinking about, and we are in fact piloting right now, our first help experiences that are in the experience, that are in the context where the member is at, where they have guided flows and they have a way to get more out of their Peloton. And that all of a sudden feels different than our classic self-service models that we tend to think of, and a model that our members will find that they're learning and they're growing from. So that's one way we're thinking about service differently. Another way is, inevitably, you do need assisted support. And in Peloton, although we are a technology company, we don't want the technology to get in between anyone in our community and what they're trying to do in their experience. We actually want to use technology to create more community, to make it more human, to make it more engaging. So what if, when I need assisted support, I need to talk to another person? I need to be part of the benefits that I get as a member, and I can use Talkdesk to interact directly with support agents at Peloton while I'm in my experience. And what if we partnered that with co-browse, where the agent and the member are working together on whatever it is they're doing, and they're solving a problem collaboratively? Now assisted support is collaboration. Now assisted support is truly service and truly help. So these are some of the ideas that we're thinking about to make assisted service something that the member truly sees value in. And the last part is, and this is unique to, certainly to Peloton among other companies that are able to have products that are always on and always connected, and that is that we get tons of data from our members via the hardware and the software that they're using and how they're engaging. And we can know what's happening on all these things. And if the goal is to always keep our members in their experience, then why can't I do things to help them and anticipate and fix problems for them that they don't even know they have? I can see that your bike needs a software upgrade. I can see that your bike needs a maintenance routine. I can see that maybe we've got calibration and other issues that we need to work on. And how many of those can I work on for you? How many of those can I anticipate? And this is where we can introduce AI and automation in a truly innovative way, because it's not between two humans. It's in support of our agents. It's in support of our members. And so where we can do this, we can actually prevent a member from ever experiencing something disruptive, or we can do something on their behalf that they put no effort in, but that they see high value out of, and then we can let them know, on your behalf, we're taking care of these things for you. That's member support. That's putting members first. So these are just a few ideas that we're thinking about at Peloton on how we take our core principles of our members and their experience first, and how we continue to innovate and layer in service. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Zach. That's great. Perfect. Seeing Peloton grow has been just amazing. Like, everyone loves the company. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Everyone loves the product. One thing I want to talk about now is about culture of innovation. And this is something that's at the core of Talkdesk from day one. Talkdesk was started by engineers. Most of the company still engineers. And last year, when we had the Opentalk, one of the stats I showed was that 50+% of the company was in R&D. Last year, we were a much smaller company than we are now, so some of the comments were, well, great, let's see when you double. So here's another stats for everyone. We've doubled the company, and we can still say that more than 50% of the company is in R&D. And these are people that are either thinking about building the product, talking with customers about the product, their needs, understanding what they want, or they are building the company, building the product. So I couldn't do this presentation without showing a little bit of how our team has grown, especially the team in Portugal. That's our developer team, 2 offices, grown to more than 250 people, and they've made a quick video to show, and I'd like to play that video now. So this is our team and our 2 offices in Portugal, and this is the team that builds the product every single day. We have half of the company in Portugal and half of the company in the US right now. We have a few people in the UK, and hopefully will be more soon. One thing we've launched last year, exactly at Opentalk a year and some ago, was App Connect. And App Connect is our way of understanding and solving a simple problem. So you have your contact center that you are providing service to your customers. However, as your team grows, you need a lot of new functionality. You need a lot of innovation. And we've looked at everything that has been done in the last 30 years, and we realized everything is very closed. If you want to integrate workforce management, workforce optimization, it's very difficult to do it. So we launched App Connect. And App Connect, what it does is, we have all these partners, all these tools and products that you already use, and we worked with them to make sure that they are integrated into Talkdesk in a very simple way. And this is not just a store where you go and then you have to talk with them. This is like your iPhone, your Android. You go to our store, you have the partners there of all these categories, and you pick one and choose, and you install directly inside Talkdesk. So from one day to the other, you have access to so much innovation that wouldn't be possible before. And you can try 2 or 3, you can try 5 or 6, or you can decide to use all of them or none. So we've launched this last year. This was a first in the industry as well, and it's only possible because the way Talkdesk is built. The way Talkdesk is built as a platform. Everything in Talkdesk is an API. Everything works between systems, and they all talk with each other. So I want to share some metrics of 1 year of App Connect. So this is where we are. We have 50 partners, and these partners are deeply integrated into Talkdesk. Partners for workforce management, workforce optimization, voice analytics, voice biometrics, artificial intelligence. So pretty much everything that you can have in the space, it's integrated into App Connect. So we have 50 partners, we have tens of thousands of agents using some of the partners that we have now, and on average, the customer that uses App Connect uses at least 3 different applications. So these are 3 applications they can just easily integrate into Talkdesk that they couldn't before. And another number is the 1 billion API calls. And this is a really, really big number. And this number has been doubling every 6 months. And this pretty much shows, like, our customers, our partners are interacting 1 billion times to all the products we have on Talkdesk and to partners. This is a very, very, very big number. So we've seen the success of App Connect. And one thing we wanted is, how do we accelerate this? How do we make this faster? How do we build more innovation? Because in Talkdesk, it's all about innovation. We want to have a very stable enterprise platform, but then we want to innovate. We believe if we are not innovating, then what's the point of doing anything here? And we've worked with a lot of smaller companies, medium companies, big companies, companies that have been around for 20, 30 years. And a lot of them, they want to be part of this ecosystem. We spoke with 300 plus different companies for App Connect to choose the first 50 ones that we have right now. So we were thinking, like, how can we make this happen? How can we make innovation? How can we make some impact on the product roadmap and be able to work with these companies in a much more closer way that can help you, our customers? So what we are doing today is we are launching a Talkdesk Innovation Fund. And this fund is a combination of VCs and friends of the company that will look at companies that Talkdesk partners with and invest in them. And the idea of these funds is, if you are a small company, the money is going to be great for you to keep going for another 6 months. If you are a more mature company, the money will help you scale. And what we offer is not only the money, but we also offer, we work with you, we partner with you, we put you in front of our customers, because we believe if we're going to invest in you, if we're going to partner with you, we believe that you are a good fit for our customers. And that's all that matters. So this is something we are doing today, and we'll be announcing the first 2 or 3 companies that we are investing very soon, and I think it's going to be very surprising what we are doing with all of these companies. So you should see innovation on App Connect and our marketplace grow significantly with some crazy ideas that now we can actually fund. So we've been talking about innovation, and talk about innovation, App Connect, and now we have 50+% of the company in R&D. We've launched the SLA, our platform, but one thing we cannot talk about, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this so many times, it's about AI, right? We are all talking about AI, and it probably took me 40 minutes to get here, but everyone talks about AI. And we also think about AI in the contact center. And we look at the companies that do AI the best. Companies that we all know. Companies like Google. This is me sending an email to Folia, asking her how she is. And Google, when I'm starting to write how, Google already knows what I want to do, or at least has a very good idea of what I need. Or when I'm watching movies on Netflix. Netflix analyzes everything I'm doing and recommends the next movies I should watch. You guys have all lived through this, I'm sure. Or the most obvious one, Uber. We just need to go to an application and press a button, and the car is at our door. What we don't know is that behind these, there's very advanced algorithms, very advanced AI that analyzes and chooses the best path for the car to pick you up and the best driver. So the way we see AI is the same way. We don't see AI as a big thing that we are going to sell to you and be like, you buy AI. No, we see AI should be everywhere. AI should be in the little things, should be analyzing all the little things that happen with your customers and make smart recommendations. Makes small things that will help your day-to-day, or your supervisor's day-to-day, your agent's day-to-day, your customer's day-to-day. So this is where we see AI. But the way to do all this is you need data. And all of these companies, they are big data companies. They have so much data from millions and millions of customers that allows them to make these recommendations. But Talkdesk is a data company. And I want to share some metrics here. So we have 1.5 billion interactions every single year in the Talkdesk platform. For every single interaction, we take more than 300 attributes. We know everything that's happening in that time, in real time. We know everything about the agent, the caller, the problem, what they pressed, what they didn't press. We know everything. So this is hundreds of billions of attributes. Very simple things like your accent. If you have an accent like mine, maybe you need someone that understands what you are saying. And then you can match with the right person. So there's so many little things, like I said, more than 300 that we take for every single interaction. So at some point, we had all this data, and we were thinking, how can we provide this to our customers in a way that's not an obnoxious way. That's a very simple way where we deliver what you need, and that's it. You don't need to know what's working in the back end. I'm telling you, but you don't need to know what's working there. And there's so many things we can do. We can recommend the best channel. Now, if we focus on the contact center, we can recommend the best channel. Why use voice if maybe chat is the best channel for that problem, right? Ivr Optimization. Most of us, we have IVRs, and we set the IVRs and we let it die. Why can't we just help you and tell you, hey, John, if you change the IVR, just this quick change, you'll improve the customer satisfaction and first call resolution by 10 seconds, 10%, 20%. So we've realized we have all this information, and we wanted to deliver it to you. So I'm announcing the first product we are launching, which it's not one product, it's a way of thinking, and it's the way we think at Talkdesk. So everything you will see from now on will have some kind of this intelligence. And we've called it Topdesk Iq. And you'll see this logo popping up. If you are a Topdesk customer, you'll see this logo popping up here and there. And every time you see this logo, it pretty much means we've done some work in the back end, and we are telling you what we think you should do. We've also put together a very cool video for IQ, so let's play it, and then I'll come back to talk about it.
Artificial intelligence. Everyone is talking about it. Everywhere you turn, there's a new story, a new opinion, a new approach. But wait, if you find yourself asking questions like, what is AI exactly? Will machines replace humans? How do I apply AI to my business? And most importantly, where do I start? You can relax. There's a new way to think about AI. Introducing Topdesk Iq. Topdesk Iq infuses AI into every element of our platform, helping you make smarter decisions, driving smarter customer engagements, and fueling smarter business operations. You bring human intelligence to everything you do. Now, Topdesk Iq does the rest, behind the scenes. So all you see is results.
So IQ is a layer in the Topdesk platform, and we didn't want to go into details today, but it's a layer in the Topdesk platform that will work with everything. It will work with your routing agent, your ACD, your IVR, using more contact center words, with your reporting, with your analytics, so it will be everywhere. And as you use Topdesk, as we gather more data about your customers and about yourself and about your agents, we'll be able to provide a lot more information. I want to give a few examples. We chose 4 examples that describe a little bit of where IQ works. The basic one and the simple one is you have millions of conversations every single year. We have access to all those conversations. You give us access to that. So why can't we help you tell if the customer is happy, if the customer is unhappy? So you have information that you can very easily go there and say, okay, this customer is unhappy and is always unhappy. How can we turn it around? Or if the customer is happy, why is he happy? And the same works for agents, for your agents, for coaching. We can detect if the agent needs more training, if he doesn't need more training, and we'll be able to do these recommendations to you. We know the topics you have in your contact center, so we will also know which of your agents, which of your users are more savvy on a specific topic versus another specific topic. So this is just a few examples. And this launch, this IQ means this is going to last for a long time. So we're going to keep building enhancements in this platform, and you'll start seeing a lot more things popping up. And every single product we are launching from now on, and every single product we've done so far, will have IQ. So today, we are announcing 7 new products. I know it's a lot, so we'll try to make it fast. 7 new products on the Topdesk platform that will allow you to control your customer experience from beginning to end. You'll see everything from beginning to end. And all of these products will have IQ. And to talk about it and to show the products and to explain why we've decided to build these products, I want to call CK on stage, our VP of Product Management.
Thank you, Tiago, and good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing so far? Good? Great. I am so excited to be here today, and I'm even more excited that today we live in a generation where AI for enterprise software is a reality. Think about it. Just about 10 years ago, probably a number of us were reading about AI, and it still felt like a far-fetched idea, especially for business applications. But today, AI for enterprise software is a reality, and that's really exciting. I cannot wait to show you guys all the products we're introducing today, everything powered by Topdesk Iq. At Topdesk, our goal is to build contact center for innovative enterprises. The Pelotons and 2Us of the world, the dreamers that want to reimagine customer experiences. And many of those dreamers are right with us in this room today, with fantastic ideas to take a customer experience to the next level in your own companies. But why is that some companies, like Peloton and 2U, are able to take those ideas and make them happen, while in many other organizations, these great ideas just fades away and dies? Well, here's the reality. A number of years ago, many of us had a specific problem. We went and bought a specific piece of software to solve the problem. This was 5, 10, 15 years ago, and back then it worked, it was all fine. The issue is these softwares were not meant to work for today's generation. Many of them are still on-premise, believe it or not. They are hosted cloud. They still don't work with some of the latest SaaS CRM providers out there. And being legacy, it's just impossible to realize the full potential of some of the modern and latest technologies like AI. And you ask what happened to those great ideas? Well, all of them just got dragged down by legacy. That's what we believe sets Talkdesk apart from the rest of the contact center providers out there. Talkdesk, fortunately, was born cloud in a true multi-tenant software, and Talkdesk was also born open, meant to integrate with pretty much any CRM providers out there. And with that, we were fortunate to be able to innovate and disrupt faster in a really old industry such as contact center, making us one of the fastest growing contact center providers today. Many of you here use Talkdesk today, and you've given us great feedback on our product. You've told us that the web application is really helpful. You use it for engaging with customers on a day-to-day basis, for increasing your customer experience. But you also told us that it will be fantastic to have a mobile application to really empower your customers to engage with their customers anytime, anywhere. With that today, we took that feedback, we worked on it. I am really thrilled to introduce Topdesk Mobile, the very first contact center mobile application, native mobile application. The very first contact center native mobile application for your employees to give that freedom and flexibility to interact with customers anytime, anywhere. Really excited about it, and we cannot wait for all of you to use it and give us feedback. So Topdesk Mobile is 100% native mobile application on iOS and Android. It provides automatic contact sync with pretty much any CRM provider out there. And because of that, it's just really easy to download, set up, and go. In addition to that, there are a lot of great capabilities where when you're engaging with a customer, you get a complete view of what you're looking for about the customer. And finally, don't forget, it is powered by Topdesk Iq. So I'm going to show you a quick demo of how does it work and how Topdesk Iq helps Topdesk Mobile. So for the demo today, I am going to be a services representative of one of the vacation rentals, something like Airbnb. And many of you might have used Airbnb. If you've used Airbnb, you know that you check in and check out any time of the day. So as a services representative for Airbnb in this case, I am going to be supporting my customers after hours, late in the evenings. And because it's late in the evenings, it's a lot more easier for me to do it on my mobile application than having to sit in front of my laptop every single day. So I have Rachel in the back to help me with the demo. Rachel, let's start the demo. All right, so the best thing about the application is as soon as I get a call from my customer, I have everything I need to know about the customer right there. I know that Michael is calling me. I know that he's checked into the hotel, and I know that he's a premium customer. So I never have to start the conversation with, hey, who is this? How can I help you? Instead, I can say, hey, Michael, I see that you've checked into the room. What's going on? How can I help you there? So let's go and accept the call. I still see that information to have an intelligent conversation with the customer, and pretty much everything you see there is completely customizable. So this is for a vacation rental example, but if this was for finance or healthcare or any other industry, everything that you see there is completely customizable. As you scroll down, you will also see a quick view of a customer journey. In this case, the customer has been waiting for 26 seconds and in the conversation for the next 27 seconds. But if this conversation was transferred from channels, or if this conversation was transferred from a different agent, I can see that as well. Once the call is completed, I go and add my notes. And the best thing here is because of Topdesk Iq, it automatically sets the disposition and mood of the customer. A lot of times in contact centers, the agent's view of the customer satisfaction and the customer's actual satisfaction is very different. The agent believes that customers are satisfied, but in reality, when we call contact center, we're not satisfied. So in this case, IQ automatically takes a look at the words that are said by the user. It finds out the tone of the user, and it sets up the mood of the customer automatically. Really excited about it. As you can see, it's a fairly simple application. Our hope here is to give employees the flexibility to use this anytime, anywhere, and engage with customers anytime, anywhere. So really excited about it. So we talk about employee flexibility, but the same thing applies to customers as well. We today live in a world where there are so many channels. It's very exciting and frightening at the same time. There are so many ways for us to just say hello. And 60% of our customers interact with your brand and with us in multiple channels. And the worst thing as a customer, the worst experience as a customer, is if I have to start a conversation, let's say an email, and then I go to chat, and then I go to a phone call, and I have to explain who I am and what I'm looking for every single time, over and over again, in every single channel. I've gone through this frustrating experience many, many times, and chances are many of you here have gone through that experience as well. So at Talkdesk, we believe that our customers and your customers should be able to interact with us in any channel. They should be able to have the flexibility to pick the channel of their choice. We believe that they completely deserve to have a seamless experience across all channels if they have to switch between channels. And we wanted to give the agents, the service representatives, one platform to discuss and engage with channels across customers across any channel. And with that today, I am really thrilled to introduce Topdesk Omni-Channel, powered by Topdesk Iq. Let's roll a quick video. All right, let's roll a quick video. All right, so as many of you know, in Talkdesk, we've been focused on voice for a long time. Many of you use us today for your voice and phone calls with your customers. Many of you came and asked us, it will be fantastic for Talkdesk to provide digital channels. So with Talkdesk Omni-Channel, we provide a broad range of coverage for pretty much any digital channel out there. In fact, I learned a new channel a couple of weeks ago called Contact. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing it right. So we support messaging, email, mobile app, live chat, social media, social listening. And while all of these are agent channels, there's a lot of requests today for agentless self-service channel as chatbot as well. So we'll also support chatbot powered by Topdesk Iq. And to talk more about it and give us a demo today, I would like to bring on stage Patrick Russell.
All right, great. Thank you. So I'm really excited to be here and introduce everyone to a few really, really cool capabilities that we're bringing through the Omni-Channel capabilities. As CK mentioned, we're now able to handle and support more than 20 digital channels. Now, I realize most of y'all are probably pretty familiar with things like email and chat. So Kevin and I are going to highlight some of our more unique capabilities. Talkdesk Omni-Channel is unified social listening with the contact center into a single unified interface. This, powered by Topdesk Iq, we're able to intelligently identify and route social media and survey posts as an inbound interaction to your agents. So this gives you the ability to proactively respond to those posts with the appropriate level of urgency. Here, we have a customer, John. He recently posted an unfavorable review, and we were able to identify, route, and resolve his issue quickly, giving us our best chance to save him as a customer. Not only were we able to resolve John's issue, but we now know more about his social presence, and we're able to capture that information and automatically put it in his profile. Not only are we using AI in social listening, but we're also bringing AI-powered chatbots into the mix to further extend your capabilities. Here we have a customer. We have a ticketing service, and a customer is having a hard time finding their Beyoncé tickets. Oh, the struggles, right? The chatbot's actually able to handle this conversation entirely on its own, following the rules and the conversation rules that you have previously defined. Not only is the chatbot able to handle these kinds of conversations, but it's actually able to recognize and understand when a human is needed to better serve the customer's needs. Here we're seeing kind of some of that transition from bot to human. After the agent is able to complete the customer's needs, you could even have the bot pick the conversation back up and close out the interaction. You could even have the bot point the customer to a survey, or, get this, the bot can actually administer the survey conversationally before the customer ends the interaction. This gives you the ability to significantly boost your survey response rates while also saving the agent's time and the associated expense. Now, let's see here. So now I know that most of y'all aren't familiar with how to develop or program a chatbot, myself included. But if you're able to set up a new smartphone, as an example, you're already more than capable of designing one of our bots. Here you can see some of the configuration and conversational rules that you would set that the bot would abide by. After you set these configuration options, your bot's ready to deploy. So this is what we mean when we say AI is so simple, all you see is results. Topdesk Omni-Channel is ready, and it's leading with an innovation-first approach to solve needs in the contact center from simple to complex. So if you're looking to improve the IQ of your contact center, look no further than Talkdesk. Thanks for your time. I'm going to hand it back to CK. Thank you.
All right, wasn't that cool? So if you are not looking at us, and if you're going to be using Twitter or Facebook right now, chances are our social listening capabilities watching you, and we're going to see everything that you're typing there. So really excited about it. We're supporting today, in addition to voice, we're supporting 27+ channel apps with this. So pretty much any app that you can think of in terms of digital channel, Talkdesk Omni-Channel is supporting with this offering. While there are so many channels in the world to engage, did you know that all of our customers and your customers still prefer to reach self-service before they engage with your contact center? 40% of them first take a look at a self-service website or a digital application before they reach out to you in phone, chat, or any of those channels, which is great. And if you really made the best use of it by providing the right self-service tools, on the other hand, 25% of the support cost could be reduced. Think about it. How often do we get the opportunity to reduce cost and increase customer satisfaction at the same time? That is why at Talkdesk, we believe that self-service is a key element of the future. We wanted to make it easier for all of you to create self-service apps for your customers. And with that today, I am really thrilled to introduce Totnes Self-Service Sdks. So what are self-service SDKs? Today, if you had to go and create a self-service application for your customer, you would hire a bunch of software developers. You would have them put together either a website or a mobile application. Typically, it takes about a couple of months. Well, not too bad. For the first time, it's always fun. And then if you want to change something there, let's say you want to change a knowledge base article, or you want to change a visual IVR, you have to go back and ask the software developers to change it. And this is an ongoing process. At some point, it stops being fun, and it's not scalable. So we thought to ourselves, how can we make this easier, and how can we really give a really easy tool for our customers to create a self-service application in minutes, not months, for their customers? So that's where we came up with the Totnes Self-Service SDKs. Totnes Self-Service SDK automatically provides templatized views for visual IVR. So if you're familiar with visual IVR, it basically is a way for you to, instead of being on phone call saying press 1 for something, press 2 for billing, it's a way for you to just find out what is my issue, what am I looking for in a web application. It provides knowledge base integration. So if you're using any knowledge base today, Totnes Self-Service pretty much integrates with any of the existing knowledge base that you can think of. It provides real-time context because after you find out from knowledge base, if you want to engage with an agent, context takes all the context and provides it to the agent. So the agent, again, doesn't have to start the call with, how can I help you? And the last one, it provides callback with an estimated waiting time powered by IQ of 97% accuracy. So really excited about it. Let's take a look at a quick demo. For the demo today, I'm going to show you an application that was created using Topdesk Self-Service Mobile SDK, and that was created for one of the coffee machine manufacturers. So I'm going to use the application as one of the barista working in a company. Rachel's going to help me out with the demo once again. Rachel, can we play the demo? So in this case, I am a barista, and I come to the office. I realize that the coffee machine is not working, and I need to fix that ASAP because I have a lot of customers, cranky customers, waiting for coffee in the morning. So I use the mobile application. I see the visual IVR right here. There are options in terms of what is my issue. And in this case, I realized that the issue that I have is water leakage. And everything that you see there is configurable. So you don't need software developers to code. So at a later point in time, if you have to go and change it, it's really easy for even supervisors to change it. You don't even need an admin or software developer for that. Once you do that, it provides knowledge-based recommendation. We provide knowledge-based integration with pretty much any knowledge base out there. And in this case, it provides that for this specific issue, this is the best way for you to resolve the issue. In this case, the barista is pretty tech-savvy. He's looked at this multiple times in the past, and he's resolved it himself. But in this specific case, he realizes that he's not able to resolve it, right? Self-service is great, but it may not always work. So he realizes that he needs to actually talk to an agent. He basically asks that he wants to talk to an agent. Because of Tardis IQ, it recommends that call is the best way to go and not chat in this case. And it also gives a 1-minute estimated waiting time. So you do not have to call and wait on IVR for a long time. You're just on the application looking at self-service. If it solves, fantastic. If not, it connects you to an agent, and the agent will call you back whenever the agent is ready and you're ready. So you don't have to wait and call for a long time. So really excited about it. We do believe that self-service is a key element of the future, and we're investing more and more in self-service. All right, so we saw a lot of products so far. We have more to go. If anyone is counting, Tiago was talking about 7, and it's only 3 so far. But before that, I want to bring on stage one of our longtime customers and our product visionaries, Michael Zierert from Cognosante. Hey, Michael.
Good to see you. Wow, what a great crowd.
It is. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure to have you. Michael, for the audience today, can you tell us a little bit about Cognosante, what you do, and how you use our product?
Absolutely. So at Cognosante, we work with 48 of the 50 states, DC and Puerto Rico, and we're on a mission to connect the dots in a fractured and, for so many Americans, broken healthcare system. And my role in that is we work in several nationwide contact centers, and we're trying to improve the patient and provider customer experience in a very complicated healthcare system. And today, actually this month marks 3 years that Cognosante has been on the Talkdesk platform. So it's been really exciting to work with you guys over that time, to see the product mature, and every year the new functions and features released. It's really exciting for us to bring that innovation to our government clients. And this year it's really exciting. We see the mobile and the SDK. I mean, it's really going to revolutionize how we engage and integrate our mobile and remote workforce. And with the SDK for self-service and the visual IVR, we're really excited about that. I mean, me personally, I hate having to wait on the phone and, hey, I said 2, I said 3, and waiting for number 4 or 5. So I'm really excited to be able to offer that functionality to our customers.
Sounds good. So Michael, we've been talking a lot about consumer examples. I talked about Airbnb and coffee machines. Your world is a little bit different, right? Your customers are federal government. How is it different from everything we're talking about here, and what are some of your specific needs for contact center software?
Sure. So we have a lot of the similar needs, but on top of that, we're one of the most highly regulated and controlled markets, in the world as far as healthcare information and privacy and sensitivity around government information. So, being able to leverage that cloud first, the security that comes with being in the, the public cloud with AWS and those partners really enable us to provide, the cutting edge innovation with the security behind it.
Great, sounds good. Thank you so much for being here, Michael. You've always been a great supporter of the product. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, thanks.
So Michael talked about how much he loves IVR, just like all of us here. So you've been hearing my voice for a long time. I'm going to play you a quick video from one of my favorite scenes in Seinfeld. Let's take a look at it.
Hello, and welcome to Movie Fun. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, press 1.
Come on.
Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first 3 letters of the movie title now. You've selected Agent Zero. If that's correct, press 1.
What?
You've selected Brown-Eyed Girl. If this is correct, press 1. Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you selected?
Channel?
To find the theater nearest you, please enter your 5-digit zip code now. Why don't you just tell me where you want to see the movie?
Lowe's Paragon, 84th and Broadway?
Channel is playing at the Paragon 84th Street Cinema in the main theater at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, now I got you.
It's also playing in theater number 2 at 9 o'clock.
Isn't that funny? That one cracks me up every single time. And you know why it's funny? Of course, Kramer is awesome, but this was taken about 20 years ago. And in the last 20 years, there's been so many technology advancements in the world, but when it comes to customer experience through IVR, it almost is equally bad even today. And if you look at it, 83% of all of our customers, your customers and our customers, avoid a company after a poor experience of an IVR. And we all hate it. We've all been there all the time. So why is that the case? Why is that we've not been able to fix this so far? Well, multiple reasons. The first one is, even today, there are no flexible tools to set this up and update it easily on a regular basis. You can set it up. In some cases, it takes months and years to set this up for the first time. But if you have to go and update it, even today, companies go to professional services to update it, or they call software developers to come and update the IVR. So that's one of the reasons. Even if you realized how to update it, how do you know what is the right IVR option, right? How do you know what's the right experience for the customer? Until recently, something like AI was not commercial in enterprise software. So to be able to do that, you have to download billions and billions of data. You have to put them in, Excel maybe? And then call your data scientist to look at it and really provide you recommendations. So that entire process of not having flexible tools, not having data-driven recommendations, was not something available until today. So from Talkdesk, we looked at how can we fix this once and for all. So in a couple of years from now, when we look at that Seinfeld video, it's just irrelevant. We wanted to make it easier to set up and update. And more importantly, we wanted to leverage AI to make it smarter, really learn from the customer patterns, and based on that, set up the IVR that makes sense for your customers and that simplifies business for your operations. With that, today, I am thrilled to introduce Topdesk Studio. It's a one-stop shop for easily setting up and designing your entire contact center across different channels, across different devices, and pretty much any workflows, IVRs or automation workflows. So really excited about it. Let's play a quick video. So Topdesk Studio, as I said, is a one-stop shop for designing your contact center. From IVR that we just talked about, to channels if you have to design your chatbot for channels, or any automation workflows, getting data from Salesforce, Zendesk, or pushing data into any of the third-party providers. In addition to that, one of the things that Talkdesk has always done well and differentiated is prepackaged integrations. And within Topdesk Studio, you will see in a demo in a few minutes how there are prepackaged integrations, so you don't have to set that up, you don't need professional services, it's just within the product. Our philosophy has always been clicks, no code, unless, of course, you love to code. So you do not need code to set this up. It's really easy to set up. However, if you love to code, you can go crazy and really customize it to your needs. And finally, once again, this is powered by Topdesk Iq. And to talk about this and show us a demo, I would like to bring Rachel on stage.
Thank you for the introduction, CK. And with that, let's start the demo. Let's see how easy it is to set up your contact center across any device and any channel with Topdesk Studio. My favorite part about Topdesk Studio is Studio templates. Here, you have a solution for practically any industry and any use case. You can get started right away with one of the templates from one of our partners, or you can create and save one of your own. Now, CK just showed us an amazing demo around the Barista mobile app. Let's go and see how easy it is for us to go and modify that flow and make some changes to it. Let's say we want to add a Salesforce case creation step to this flow. We can easily find this flow and see that CK started from an existing template. So we can click in, and we don't have to start from scratch. We can add a new step into this flow. And with that, we see that Topdesk Studio actually offers over 20+ integrations with Salesforce, Zendesk, ServiceNow, Freshdesk, and we see the Salesforce integration that we want. So we can go into that integration, and wow, Topdesk has already set up existing steps for me to choose from, including one to create a brand new record type. And this will actually help me create my case. So I can go in, name this flow, choose case as my object, and easily, with clicks and not code, add this into my flow. Now, for this part of the IVR, I want to close this case for the customer, and I want to close it in Salesforce. So I can go in and make sure that I choose close the case, take a look at my entire IVR, make sure that everything is there, everything looks good. Make sure the name's good. I can go ahead and save my flow. I can actually publish this straight to production, or I can actually schedule this flow to be put into production at a later date. Finally, let me show you one of the most exciting parts of Topdesk Studio, which is Topdesk Iq. On the top bar in the purple icon, I can easily see that IQ actually has 2 suggestions for me. I can go in and see one about optimizing my IVR. I definitely want to do that. So I click in, and I see that Topdesk has taken all my conversations and analyzed it against all possible options, giving me an intelligent recommendation. First thing I see is that it's suggesting me that I need to train my agents in a new topic area that I've added in my IVR. It's also telling me that I probably should reorder my IVR in the order that customers have pressed my options the most frequently. Finally, with these changes, I can actually reduce my call transfer rate by 10% and my call duration time by almost 30 seconds. Yeah, I want these changes. So I can actually make these changes right away. And with the click of a button, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the screen. And with the click of a button, we can make these changes and they'll go live. And just like that, we've seen how easy it is to configure your IVR with Topdesk Studio and how smart your IVR can be with Topdesk Iq. With that, I'll bring it back to CK.
All right, wasn't that cool? So the exercise that I had the first quarter of my job, my team made me set these up for multiple customer sandboxes. So if I can set it up, pretty much any of you here can set this up as well. And one of the most interesting facts about IVR is We even today see a lot of companies with IVRs over 100 pages. True story, I'm not kidding. Companies still today have 100, 150 pages of IVR. We really believe that with Topdesk Iq, it's going to give that push, nudge, and whatever you call it to the industry to really take this to the next level. And on one side, simplify the IVR, but at the same time, really improve the customer experience and journey. So really excited about it. So we talked about a lot of things today. We talked about mobile application web. We talked about sales and services using the application. We talked about voice and 27 digital channels. We talked about using it in US, Europe, and many other places. When you have so much data, you need to be able to bring all of that to make decisions on a day-to-day basis for your operational needs and for your strategic needs. And the challenges that there are today is, even today, this data is not real-time in many cases. Even if this is real-time, the flexibility that is needed is missing. And even if you have that flexibility, that intelligence is missing because you're just looking at dashboards, you really don't have intelligent recommendation and alerts. So we took a look at it, and with that today, I am thrilled to introduce Topdesk Analytics Suite. It's a suite of offering that has Topdesk Live, Benchmark, and Explore. Let's play a quick video, and then I'll talk more about it. All right, so if you have been to a contact center, which I'm sure all of you have, you will see that for pretty much in any contact center, you'll see this huge TV screen where everything that's required to run your contact center is projected, right? Your SLAs and every single metric is projected there. Topdesk Live is designed for those TV projectors and screen. It is completely real-time. It's very flexible, the level of flexibility that was not available in the live softwares or live dashboards today. And on top of that, it is powered by Topdesk Iq. So far, there were a couple of dashboards. Because of Topdesk Iq, it automatically takes a look at topics, what people are talking, clusters the data, and then provides what are the top trending topics and where should the supervisor focus on. In addition to Live, we're also providing Topdesk Benchmark for over 20+ industries. So we're taking the key KPIs that are really required to run the contact center business, average handle time, SLA, so on and so forth, and we're providing that as a benchmark across 20+ industries. So when you're setting goals for your teams or when you're assessing your own business, you'll be able to now compare how your business is performing against the rest of your peers in the industry. And the last one is Tarkas Explorer. We have a lot of data, and based on that, we need to be able to make strategic decisions. Who is performing well, who's not performing well, drilling down into it, slicing and dicing, and really getting into the bottom of what you need to do to improve your customer experience next week, next month, and next quarter. And Explore really provides you that exploratory tool to go crazy, use all the data, and create the dashboards that you're looking for. To talk about this and give us a demo, I'd like to call on stage Tiffany Milligan.
When you're running a contact center, things come at you fast all day, every day, right? We've got agent issues, management requests, customer escalations, and of course, data. Lots and lots of data. So in order to keep pace with your busy workday, you need the information you want, when you want it, and how you want to see it. And that's exactly what Topdesk Live does for you. Using an API-based, flexible dashboard platform, it allows you to customize your view of your world. So let's show you how it's done. With Topdesk Live, you can create as many dashboards as you want. You just grab the widget, metric that you want, drag it over, drop it on your dashboard. You can resize it to suit your needs. You can reposition it, rearrange it if you want to. You can apply targets, thresholds to alert you to problems. And you can also apply filters for queue, team, whatever it is you need. It's that simple. Now, we also recognize that key to making really quick decisions is easy readability. So sometimes what works best for your desktop doesn't always read well on the big screen. And so that's why we've developed a wallboard view that specifically uses high contrast colors and full screen capabilities so that you can be virtually anywhere on your contact center floor and at a glance, take a look at how you're performing on your metrics. So let's switch gears for just a second. Let's talk about Topdesk Explorer. Now, Explorer is our analytics platform that is designed to be as flexible and easy to use for your historical data as live is for your live data. And we have a customer experience dashboard here. And I want to call your attention to the upper left here, this NPS widget. Now, what we're looking at is NPS data trended over the last few months. And this is really important data. But with a click of a button, Topdesk Benchmark can bring a whole new dimension to this data. You can compare against others in your industry, company size, geographic region. And this is just an example of the many metrics that Benchmark can actually bring more meaning to as far as your data goes. Let's take a look at the customer journey score widget down here. Now, the customer journey score is information about whether or not you are providing the most optimal, positive customer experience in the most cost-effective way. When you drill into this widget, you have a series of metrics that can impact your customer journey, positive, negative. But what Topdesk Iq does is it actually shows you the optimal range where you should be in each one of these metrics to ensure that they are getting that positive customer journey at the most cost-effective manner. So moving on, we have the trending topics widget in your upper right here. Now, this shows you information from analysis based on conversations so that you can understand why people are contacting your center. Now, this is better than just understanding the Ivr option they pressed or understanding which queue that contact came into. It's actually identifying keywords to really understand why people are contacting you. And when we dig into this information, we can see the wealth of information that IQ can provide us. We see volume forecasts for this particular topic. We see suggested knowledge base articles that you can actually push to your agents. IQ has surfaced for us our top performers as well as underperformers, so you know where to focus your attention. And it makes recommendations, trainings, so that your agents are prepared to answer the volume that's coming in. Calls your attention to problem areas, and it provides alerts to issues before they become problems. So with Talkdesk Live, Topdesk Benchmark, and Topdesk Explorer, all powered by IQ, helps you make smarter decisions. Thank you.
All right, wasn't that great? So we're coming to the tail end of the session. We saw a lot of products today, and clearly my team has been very busy. So I'm going to quickly summarize everything that we saw today. We took a look at how you can engage better with customers with Tardis Mobile, Omni-Channel, and Self-Service. We saw how your operations can be easier and smarter with Tardis Studio. And finally, we saw how we can make decisions smarter with Live, Benchmark, and Explore. With all of these today, we believe that Talkdesk is the first truly native cloud contact center provider that provides routing, omni-channel, self-service mobile analytics, all in one place and all powered by Topdesk Iq. Really excited about it. And all of this will not be possible without all you people here who are sitting here, all our customers. So thank you so much for giving us feedback. Thank you so much for always pushing us in the right direction. Continue to keep pushing us, and I'm going to give it back to my CEO and boss, Thiago Paiva.
Perfect. So we had 7 products plus IQ. All the products are powered by IQ, and I know we have to go for lunch, so I just want to do a quick recap of everything we've talked about today. So we talked about the 100% uptime SLA. So this is going to be offered to all the enterprise customers. Again, no questions asked, no exclusions. We've talked about the fund, where we want to partner with the best engineers, the best companies in the space to build innovation. That's our goal. Security certifications, which is a very important part of an enterprise platform. And the last thing we've done was we've launched 7 new products. And all these products are powered by IQ. And I want to just spend 30 seconds explaining why IQ matters. And like I said, we have all this data. So we can tell you the results even before you use it. And this is what we are seeing. Across all the products, if you use Topdesk Iq, if you follow the recommendations, we are already seeing these results. And this is at scale. This is with analyzing millions and millions and millions of interactions. So if you use Topdesk Iq on Live, on the analytics platform, on your studio, on your Ivr Optimization, you should see a lot of the same results. So I don't want to spend more time talking about this. We have the Talkdesk Theater innovation, the innovation theater outside. We're going to have very deep demos if you are interested in understanding how this will work for your use case. We have our product managers, our engineers, a lot of our team is outside, so please feel free to go and see more videos, more demos, try them, see how it will work for your business, and we are happy to talk about anything. So thank you so much, and we still have a day and a half, so let's have some fun, and there's some good food waiting for all of us. So thank you.